Hello, everyone. My name is Nick Johnson, and I was asked by a professor in one of my sports governance class to shoot a video about my paper I wrote on the Cincinnati Reds. Uh, I wrote about the Cincinnati Reds because they're the most storied organization and the longest tenure organization in all Major League Baseball. So that's why I decided to write the paper on them. I'm very familiar with them. The Cincinnati Reds have touched three organizations, as in 1870 they left, dismantled, and left to go to Boston, where that's why they're called the Boston Red Sox, because the Reds players, when they left Cincinnati and they went to Boston, they wore their knickers and their high knee-high red socks. Hence, they're called the Red Sox. That team would eventually leave for Atlanta. So the Reds have actually touched three organizations. Of course, our beloved Cincinnati Reds, Boston Red Sox, and Atlanta Braves. We've won 5 World Series titles, the first being in 1919, which that one is still a black eye to us. It was called the Black Sox scandal, where Arnold Rothstein organized crime syndicate was involved in hiring 8 players off of the Chicago White Sox team to throw that World Series. The next World Series title we won in 1940, and then came the Big Red Machine, where we won World Series titles back to back in 1975 and 1976. Our last World Series title is also, I wouldn't say they had any controversy with it, except for Marge Schott, which was a racist, owned the team. And that 1990 team went out there and swept the Oakland Athletics, and she wasn't too happy about that because she lost revenue from Game 5. Another thing in our storied history is, and the hardest one for me to swallow, is how Pete Rose, the all-time hit king, is not in the Hall of Fame. Even after his passing, I to this date haven't heard anything about him being able to even get on a ballot, which I think is a shame, because there's so many things or worse players that have been enshrined into the Hall of Fame than Pete Rose betting on the Cincinnati Reds to win, not to lose, even though gambling at that time wasn't legal. It's legal in Ohio now, and believe it or not, FanDuel has our local television rights to the Cincinnati Reds. So that's what I've talked about pretty much in my paper. Just in summary, like I said, I was asked to do a video, so I shot this video about our beloved Cincinnati Reds, which are currently on a 3-city road trip. We took 2 out of 3 in Baltimore, scored 24 runs in one of those games. But like always, the next day, they don't bounce back well after they score that many runs. Unfortunately, then we moved on to Miami. We dropped the first 2. We got the last one. So we lost that series. And then now we're off for a weekend series in Colorado to play the lowly Colorado Rockies, which has only gotten 4 wins on the season. So hopefully we can get a sweep there, bring it back home to play our division rivals at the first homestand against the St. Louis Cardinals. Maybe we can make some ground on the Chicago Cubs. So thank you very much for listening to my video. I hope that it was informative and that you like it. Take care, God bless, and go Cincinnati Reds.